Well, okay, before I get into the topic of the day is how to call your, get grants from your elected officials. But I want to talk about our grant. This is at letsgohelp.com where we have 15,000 members that help each other get government grants and nonprofit grants and all kinds of free services because that represents 40% of our economy. There are organizations and people giving out free money and help. And I'm trying to, it's not in Google, so you have to learn how to do this, and that's what we do at letsgohelp.com. But we also give out our own grants, and today is the deadline for one of the 4 monthly grants. Oh, I said 5 there. And 4 monthly grants what we have, and the one that ends today is for helping you pay rent or mortgage, and that's a $500 grant, and we give out like $15,000 worth of money on this, and so you can apply by midnight tonight. Okay, we have midnight tonight, but overall, every month we give out like $50,000 to $70,000 of grants just to members. So you have to be a member of Let's Go Help, and that's $20. So, but if you don't have money to be a help member, I think we're the best place to find money because every program we give you will never charge you money. Google. You'll never find the free money ones in Google. You'll get 200 million programs, and they'll all be people that want to get your money. But the programs that give you money, there's only about 750,000. So there's about 750,000 programs that give out free money and services. And one of the best places to get help in getting money from these programs is your elected official. Now there's a you could start by calling this number 202-224-3121. That's the U.S. Capitol, okay? And they give out free money to constituents. So they help constituents. A constituent is someone who lives in their jurisdiction. So by a senator, everybody in that state is a constituent. That means you could vote for them. So because you vote for them, they want to help you, okay? So you have 2 senators that represent you, and you could call both of their offices. And then you have a congressperson. You could do that. And then you could go down the list and go to your state senators and things like that. But start there because they have the biggest, I guess, employed people on their payroll just to help you deal with the government. And they do that every day. That's their main job, is to helping you and find out the screw-ups and where the government's screwing you over, you call them. If you don't know where to go in the government, you call them. Now, you're right. Every office is going to be different and how they treat you, and, it's human nature. So nobody's perfect. And that's why we're not perfect ourselves. So I measure how I want everybody I deal with that's a service or I'm buying or whatever, want to be a perfect person. And I'm not perfect. I fuck up a lot. So deal with that and realize that you have more than one option. You have 2 options there, or 3 options, because you have the 2 senators and the elected official. And they brag about it. Now, here are organizations, they come out, I'll put this link in the description below, how your Congress can help you get federal grants. Okay? They do that all the time. And my senator has a report here. This is actually my senators in Maryland. And they have a report of how they're getting all these grants. And what they're doing for people is most of it, not for individuals, but it goes to community organizations where you live that then goes to individuals. So it's money to buy a house, money to start a business, things like this that will help the community do something. But that's why you want to know ahead of time. So you could go and even lobby, it's not your person, and they have to accept your idea. And so you want to start something in your community that will help you and maybe even start a business or get help with money to pay something, or your veterans bill is being screwed over or something like that, or your Social Security is tied up, you can't get through. You call these people because they're responsible for that working for you. In other words, they're your elected officials. This is what a democracy is. They work for you to make this run right. So you can't yell at the bureaucrat. They can't do anything except what they're doing probably. You can, but it's not going to go anywhere. If you want to yell at somebody, call your elected official, because then they could make the bureaucrat do something or change the law to make them do something. That's what they have the power in the system. You and I don't, and the bureaucrat doesn't. It's the elected official that has the power, and they worry about congressmen more than they do you. They don't get money from you. They get money from Congress. So they have special offices that the Congress people could call them up, call the offices, and get help for their constituents. Because if they piss off a congressman or senator, they're not going to get a budget next year. So that's where they get control. So the elected official has control over the bureaucracy. So if it screws you over, like so many people are getting screwed on veterans benefits now, things like that, you call this switchboard and call your senators or whatever. That's where you're going to get some justice. Not by yelling at the Veterans Administrator. You can, maybe it helps, but they're following rules and regulations that are put up by the elected officials. So they have the power in the system. So you have power over elected officials because you could vote them out of office. So that's why they listen to you more than anybody else. So you have that power, but you know about it. And there's one other organization. It's called Common Cause. CommonCause.org. You go there and you put in your zip code and you start finding all your other elected officials. Like here, all the officials, the federal, the state, and local elected officials. You call them. Their phone numbers are right there or whatever. That's right. The phone is the way you get something done. You may get real lucky with the internet or email, but belly to belly and phones, that's still the best way because junk email is too easy to ignore, and websites are easy to ignore and things like that. Sure, they'll do something, but the best is belly to belly because then it's hard to say no to a human. It's hard to flunk a human face to face. It's easy if you don't know them as a human. And I remember when I was a professor in computer science, the people who were lousy students, it was easy to flunk because I could tell, black and white. But the students that came to see me doing office hours and showed me pictures of their dog and their family, it was hard to flunk those people. I don't know why, because I knew them more as a human. And that's why we all have human contact. So even dealing with government offices is the same way. You deal with them as a human. You call them up as a human. Hey, I need help. They instinctively want to help you more because they hear your voice. You're a real person that needs real help, and people want to help each other. I mean, that's why Let's Go Help. We do that because it feels so good. It feels so good to help people, and that's why we're helping people all the time. And that's why, but we charge. So if you want us to help you with government programs, we're going to charge you $20 a month, and that's important to realize. But and the offices don't know everything. The government offices just really know the major programs. We know about the 750,000 programs that are out there. And right now, you don't even need us. If you go to findhelp.org right now and you put in your zip code, you will find 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 programs in your zip code that give out free money and everything from starting a business, paying your rent, buying a home, getting a better job, getting health care, getting free legal help, fixing up your house, anything you want, getting out of debt, paying your bills. All those services are free and money, but it takes work on your side, and you have to find the right, and you should not ever go to Google. Well, I know that's a dramatic statement in some circles, but it is because they're all there to make money. And if you don't have money, you're just going to lose more money by going to Google. Or they're paying for something you didn't have to pay for or getting scammed. So unless you have money to throw away, you use Google. If you don't, you have to only go to organizations that end in .org or .gov. And that's what we do at Let's Go Help. Let'sGoHelp.com, and midnight tonight. If you join by midnight tonight, then you could also apply to our $15,000 worth of grants to help you with rent or mortgage money. So you could apply for that. And then the next one is we give out 30 free laptop computers every month, and that ends on the 30th. And on the 4th, we give out like $20,000 just to members to spend on anything, either $1,000 or $500. So that's letsgohelp.com. We're here, and the more I see this, I mean, now, I don't know if I get to show you something here. Oh, this is how, here's a congressman who says, hey, congressional assistance with a federal agency. See, they say, if you are constituents having trouble with a federal agency, our office may be able to help you. There are many areas in which we offer assistance. The U.S. passports and the State Department, immigration, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, military benefits, veterans benefits, federal taxes, federal housing issues, federal retirement benefits, federal workers' compensation, postal service issues, FEMA, IRS, Office of Personnel Management, EEOC, you feel discriminated. All those, your elected official will fight for you, and it won't cost you a nickel. You go on Google and you find some lawyer who's going to charge you $200 an hour, $400 an hour. It's nothing now in our society. These people are free and they have more power than any lawyer in this country. So always use the free one first. And then maybe us. We get a lot of calls from elected officials. Hey, let's go. You're talking about that grant that pays for your copay medicines? They can't find it. They don't know. They just know the major ones. But that's what we do, is keep track of these 750,000 grants that are different in every city, every state, and how to use the process. It's really about finding the people in the area where you live that help you solve those problems. Whether it's start a business, you can find a mentor to do that. Buying a house, there's 7 organizations in every city that just help you buy houses and a place to live if you have little to no money. And that's all they do. And that's what we do, is point you there, then you have to get on the phone and start talking to these people to get the real help and find out what's good for you. You're not going to find out just give you an application to fill out and all your problems will be solved. No, it's talking to people where you live, and they are the best in the world to solve your problem. So if we can help you, it's letsgohelp.com. And if you feel we screw you over, we'll always give you your money back. If not, don't forget, call your elected official and ask them for help. And if one doesn't do it, you call the next one. That one does it, you call the next one. You go to commoncause.org and you find 15, 20 elected officials. Just go down the list. They all get, you're paying for all these. And then if you give up, then pay us $20. I hope I can help you. Somebody does. You live in a society where 40% of everything in this country is free, but nobody knows. All they know is Google. There's nothing's ever free there. They got to make their billions that they need to feed their monster every day. So let me show you the free way. Hey, that's pretty good. Letsgohelp.com. And thank you for allowing me to help you.